Hello students, welcome in GS Commerce College Varda. I am Professor Shailesh Bisen and I am teaching to you financial accounting for BCom second year students, third sem students. Okay. Now in previous lecture we getting first example. Now this lecture we getting second example on the consignment account. The example have already given in the description box. There have link is given. You click on that and just read the example. You can write the example in your notebook, and after that you see this video. Now I start example. Rahul Traders Varda. Rahul Traders Varda consign the goods to its consignee Sachin of Nagpur. Rahul Traders Varda consign the goods to Sachin at Nagpur. Goods costing rupees 2 lakh. They have already given the total cost price of all goods. Now in previous example they have given the per unit cost price. But now this example they have given the total cost price of consigned goods. So first transaction is that Rahul Traders Varda consigned the goods to Sachin of Nagpur. It means Sachin is a consignee and Rahul Traders is a consigner. I have already prepared the account for saving the time. Rahul Traders is consigner. So in the books of, now in this example we just firstly see the financial record of consignment transaction in the book of consigner, and there have consigner is Rahul Traders. It means in the books of Rahul Traders. Consigner prepared the consignment account for keeping the financial record of the transactions which are done for the consignment are recorded in the consignment account, and they with the help of consignment account it find out the profit or loss on consignment. Goods sent on consignment account and consignee's account, and now this example Sachin is a consignee, so it's account. Okay, let's start the example. Rahul Traders Varda consign the goods to Sachin at cost rupees 2 lakh. It means 2 lakhs rupees goods consigned by the Rahul Traders to Sachin. Journal entry for that passed by Rahul Traders is that consignment account debit and goods sent on consignment account credit. It means when consignor send the goods to consignee, at that time it pass the entry consignment account debit and goods sent on consignment account credit. Okay. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of goods sent on consignment account rupees 2 lakh. And write at the credit side of goods sent on consignment account by consignment account. Okay, this is the compulsory transaction. Now in every consignment it's a first transaction. Consignor send the goods to consignee, at that time it passes journal entry consignment account debit and goods sent on consignment account credit. Rahul Traders consign the goods costing rupees 2 lakh, so it's debited the consignment account and credited the goods sent on consignment account. This is first transaction. For that Rahul Traders, it means consignor spent rupees 10,000 for packing of goods, for insurance of goods, for carriage and cartage. So Rahul Traders spent rupees 10,000 for carriage, freight, insurance, etc. For that it spent rupees 10,000. It means consignor paid rupees 10,000 for send the goods. It's known as consignor's expenses. So entry for that, this is the consignment expenses, and all expenses are recorded at the debit side of consignment account. So it pass the journal entry consignment account debit, and for that expenses cash goes out from the Rahul Traders, so it's credited the cash account. Entry consignment account debit and cash account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account to cash account rupees 10,000. Okay, goods sent by Rahul Traders and expenses paid by Rahul Traders. Consignor sent the goods and paid some expenses. For both the transactions, consignment account debit, because all expenses of consignment are recorded at the debit side. So all expenses and all incomes of consignment are recorded at the credit side of consignment account. Okay, Rahul traders send the goods at that time is passed consignment account debit, goods sent on consignment account credit. When consignor spend expenses, Rahul traders spend expenses at that time consignment account debit and cash account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of cash account. You can also credit the bank account. Okay. Then Rahul traders get a check of rupees 50,000 from Sachin as a advance. Next transaction is that Rahul traders, which means consignor, get the check of rupees 50,000 from Sachin as a advance. It means Sachin give the check to Rahul traders. Rahul traders pass the journal entry for this transaction. It get the check is received to Rahul traders, so it's debited the bank account. It means journal entry for this transaction is that bank account debit and the check is given by Sachin, so it's created the Sachin's account. Now this transaction Sachin is a giver, and as per the rule of personal account created the givers. So now this transaction Sachin is a giver, so we write at the credit side of the Sachin account. Journal entry for that, it means Rahul traders get the check from Sachin as an advance of rupees 50,000. For that, Rahul traders passing the journal entry, bank account debit and Sachin's account credit. So write at the credit side of Sachin account by the name of bank account, rupees 50,000. Okay, this is the third one transaction. Goods sent, expenses paid by consignor and receive the check from consignor. After that, consigning, it means Sachin take the delivery of goods. Goods are reached at the consignee's area. Okay, so consignee taking the delivery of goods, and at the time of taking the delivery of goods, it's spent. It means Sachin paid rupees 3,000 for clearing and loading unloading charges, rupees 2,000 for carriage and other expenses, rupees 3,000, rupees 2,000. It's also paid rupees 10,000 for godown rent, rupees 5,000 for selling, advertisement and selling expenses. Once again I repeat that. An example already given in the description box. You open it and read the example which I have solved there. Okay. So Sachin taking the delivery of goods, and at that time it spent rupees 2,000 for carriage and freight, rupees 3,000 for loading unloading charges, rupees 10,000 for godown rent, rupees 5,000 for advertisement and salesman's commission or selling expenses. Okay, so these are the consignment expenses which are paid by Sachin, but these are the consignment expenses, and all expenses which are paid by consignor as well as which are paid by consignee are recorded at the debit side of consignment account. Expenses paid by Sachin, but the journal entry has passed by Rahul traders, it means by consignor, because these are the consignments expenses. So this is the consignments transactions. So entry has been passed by the consignor. Entry for that, consignment account debit and the expenses are paid by Sachin, so Sachin's account credit. It means now this transaction once again Sachin is a giver. The amount paid by Sachin, so it's credited the Sachin's account. So entry for consignment expenses, consignment account debit and Sachin's account credit. So write at the debit side to Sachin's account. Okay, there you have carriage and cartage in 2,000 loading expenses 3000, go down, rent 10,000, and advertisement and selling expenses rupees 5,000. It means total amount paid by consignee is rupees 20,000. Okay, 15,000, 20,000. All the expenses which are incurred by consignee, the expenses all which are incurred by consignee, it means Sachin, are given at a one time. Okay, now in previous example it's given at two time, but now this example all the expenses are included there. Okay, carriage and cartage rupees 2,000, loading unloading charges rupees 3,000, go down rent rupees 10,000, and advertisement and selling expenses rupees 5,000. Okay, so consignee, it means Sachin paid rupees 20,000 for different expenses, various expenses. Entry, consignment account debit and Sachin's account credit. So write at the credit side of Sachin by the name of consignment account, rupees 20,000. Rupees 20,000. Okay. Consignee Sachin paid expenses. Entry in the book of Rahul Traders. Consignment account debit and Sachin account credit. Okay. This is also compulsory transaction which is normally done by consignee. They have need to spend some expenses and consignee paid expenses. At that time, consignee passing the journal entry, consignment account debit and consignee's account credit. Okay. Next, goods reach at the go down of consignee and it's tried to sell the goods. Now, consignee had sold. It means Sachin has sold. Sachin had sold 60% of the consignment for rupees 2,10,000. Sachin had sold 60% of consignment. 60% of consignment on, taking there, 60% of consignment for rupees 2,10,000 on cash. Okay, Sachin sold the goods, 60% of the consigned goods for rupees 2,10,000. Entry had passed by Rahul Traders is that when consignee sold the goods on cash, at that time is passed the journal entry. The amount has received to Sachin. So now this transaction Sachin is a receiver, and as per the rule of personal accounts rule say that debited the receiver, and when Sachin sold the goods on cash, at that time cash is received by Sachin, so Sachin is a receiver. So we debited the Sachin's account. And sales is a consignment's income, and all income of consignment are written at the credit side of consignment account, so we credited the consignment account. Sachin sold the goods on cash. At that time, Rahul Trader, it means consignment pass the journal entry, Sachin's account debit and consignment account credit. So write at the debit side of Sachin by the name of 2 consignment account. Okay, amount 2,10,000. 2,10,000. Okay, this amount is due from Sachin, so Sachin account debit. And by right at the credit side of consignment account by the name of Sachin's account. It's a cash sales. Then you have no need to write it, but it's just for understanding you. Sachin's account, amount 2,10,000. Once again I repeat that. Sachin, it means consignee sold the goods on cash. At that time consignee passing journal entry, Sachin's account debit, consignee's account debit, it means Sachin account debit, and it's a consignment's income, so consignment account credit. Okay, entry for that. And as well as consignee, it means Sachin sold 30% of consigned goods. 30% of consigned goods of consignment. Consignment goods or consignment for rupees 1,20,000 on credit. Okay, it's given in the example. It's not as per ourselves. The information is just given example. We just read it and solve it. Okay, Sachin sold 30% of consignment for rupees 1,20,000. It sold 60% of consignment for rupees 2,10,000 on cash and 30% of consignment for rupees 1,20,000 on credit. So we have already passed the journal entry for the cash sales. Now we are passing the journal entry for credit sales. Sachin sold the goods, but to whom Sachin has sold the goods? We don't know. We don't know to whom Sachin has sold the goods. We just know that this amount we have need to due from Sachin. So we debited the Sachin's account. When consignee sold the goods on cash, at that time we debited the consignee's account and credited the consignment account. As well as when consignee sold the goods on credit, at that time we debited the consignee's account because this amount we have need to due from the consignee. So we debited the consignee's account. Now this transaction, there have Sachin is a consignee, so we debited the Sachin's account and it's a sales, means the consignment's income. So it's recorded at the credit side of consignment account. It means cash sales and credit sales are recorded at debit side of consignee account and credit side of consignment account. So entry for that, Sachin's account debit and consignment account credit. Entry for credit sale, Sachin's account debit and consignment account credit. So write at the debit side of Sachin account to consignment account rupees 1,20,000, and at the credit side of consignment account by the name of Sachin's account. It's a credit sale. Credit sales. Okay, this is just for you. Sorry, amount is 1,20,000. Okay, understood that? Cash sales, Sachin account debit, consignment account credit. Credit sale, once again Sachin's account debit and consignment account credit. Okay. After that, its charge is commission. Consignee charge its commission because consignee has appointed on the commission basis. It just appointed for that, sold the goods on the commission basis. So when consignee sold the goods, at that time its charge is commission, or we all need to give its commission. Okay, give to him its commission. Now entry for consignee's commission. Consignee's commission is a consignment's in expenses. Consignee's commission is a expenses of consignment, so it's recorded at the debit side of consignment account. Okay, so entry for that, consignee's commission. Entry for that, consignment account debit, and the amount which due from Sachin is decreasing by this transaction, or the commission is given to the Sachin. We have need to give this commission, payable to this commission to Sachin. So Sachin's account credited. Consignment account debit and Sachin's account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of Sachin's account. Okay, it's for commission. Okay, it's for expenses. Okay, firstly we debited the Sachin account. Credited Sachin account for his expenses, and after that credited Sachin account for his commission. Now there have two types of commission. First one is normal commission. It means normal commission. Normal commission. Okay. So making the calculation of normal commission is that, just making rough work, calculation of commission. Calculation of consignee's commission. First commission, normal commission. Normal commission. Normal commission. Normal commission is given in the example. 5% normal commission. Consignee is allowed, Sachin is allowed 5% normal commission. And normal commission calculated on the gross sales. It means total sales. Normal commission calculated on the total sales. And there are total sales is rupees 2,10,000 cash sales and 1,20,000 credit sales. The gross sales is 3,30,000. So normal commission is calculated on the 3,30,000. Understood that? Normal commission always calculated on the total sales, and total sales means cash sales plus credit sales. Now this example, 2,10,000 is a cash sales and 1,20,000 is a credit sales. So total sales is 3,30,000, and on that 5% commission, it means rupees 16,500. It's a normal commission. So normal commission, you can also write there 3,30,000, 5%, it means 16,500. It's a normal commission. And also he had allowed 3% Dale Creeder commission. 3% Dale Creeder commission. So second commission, Dale Creeder commission. And Dale Creeder commission calculated on the credit sales. Dale Creeder is calculated on only credit sales. So credit sale is rupees 1,20,000 on their 3% commission. 3% it means 3,600. Okay, 3,600. It's become total commission. Total commission 20,100. Okay. Also write there Dale Creeder commission 1,20,000. Sorry, 1,20,000 into 3%. It's 3,600. Total. You have no need to explain it there, but you can write just for yourself or making the calculation of commission. The total amount is rupees 20,100. 20,100. Okay? Also there. Consignee commission. It means Sachin's commission. Entry consignment account debit and Sachin's account credit. So write at the credit side of Sachin account by the name of consignment account. It's commission 20,100. Okay? Calculation of commission is over. At the end of consignment or at the end of financial year, Sachin deducted its expenses and its commission, the amount of its expenses and its commission, and the balance transferred to RS traders through RTGS. Now in the example they have given, Sachin deducted the amount of its expenses and its commission and transfer all the balance, all the due amount to RS traders. So now we have need to find out the final amount, and now this example they have given, it paid the balance amount, total due amount to RS traders through RTGS. Okay, so total amount 3,30,000. Okay, sorry. Then have also one example, one transaction is given. Sachin recover the total amount from its debtor, excepting Raju, who had rupees 2,500. It's become insolvent and no amount can be recovered from itself, from him. Okay. Now Sachin recovered total amount from all debtors excepting Raju, who had rupees 2,500. It become insolvent and no amount can be recovered from it. So this is this bad debts. But when Dale Creeder commission is allowed to consignee, at that time no any relation of consignor for the bad debts. It means bad debts never recovered by consignor at that time when it's given the debit trader commissions. Now they have debit trader commission, so no entry has passed by the Rahul traders or bandits. Okay. Find out the balance amount. Rupees 3,30,000 due from it, and it paid rupees 90,100. So it deducted from it. It means they have it paid final amount. So write final amount paid by Sachin to alias traders, and amount is paid through RTGS. So we debited amount, we get amount in our bank account. So we debited the bank account, and all the amount has paid by Sachin. It means final amount received from consignee, received from Sachin. At that time, RS passed the journal entry bank account debit and Sachin's account credit. Sachin's account credit. Rupees balance amount is rupees 2 lakh. 2 lakh. Okay, calculate it. Rupees 900. 00019 0 Okay. The final amount we record from Sachin rupees 2,39,900. Okay, final amount rupees 2,39,900 recovered from Sachin. So the final entry bank account debit and Sachin's account credit. Okay. So at the end of consignment, we have need to find out the profit or loss on the consignment account. Before that, we have need to making the calculation of valuation of unsold stock. Firstly, we have need to find out if they have unsold stock or not. Okay. Total goods are consigned, it's 100%. Out of that, 60% sold on cash and 30% sold on credit. Okay, it's sending goods and this it's a sales. Okay, out of 100%, they have just 90% goods are sold. It means they have 10% unsold stock. 100% goods are sold, but just sold, it has sold 90%. It means they have 10% unsold stock. So we have need to find out the amount of which it have unsold stock with consignee. For now, when valuation of unsold stock had done, at that time you just take the first point, cost price of these goods. Now the total cost price is rupees 2 lakh. The 10% of total consignment, it means 10% of 2 lakh is rupees 20,000. Consignor's expenses. Consignor's total expenses rupees 10,000. It had paid rupees 10,000. 10,000 it's 100%. We just have need to 10%. So you can write that format or just you can write in this format. Okay. 10,000 is for 100%. We have just need to find out the amount which we have paid for this 10%. It's rupees 1,000. Consignee's direct expenses, that's important. Consignee's direct expenses. Now the consignee's expenses are consignee have already paid rupees 20,000 for whole expenses. Out of that, the carriage expenses and the loading unloading charges, these are known as consignee's direct expenses, and these are just included in the value of unsold stock. So it have paid rupees 5,000 for 100%. It means rupees 500 for 10%. Rupees just 500. Okay. 3 points are considered in the value of unsold stock: cost price, consignor's expenses, and consignee's direct expenses. Consignee's only direct expenses, the expenses which are related to before the goods reach at the godown. Okay. Rupees 21,500 is become the value of unsold stock. Value of unsold stock. Okay. Value of unsold stock. Now the entry for unsold stock is that unsold stock account debit or consignment stock account debit or stock with consignees account debit and consignment account credit. Once again, we just say consignment stock for that.